Here's a brief Joycean description of the day before, during, and after Armistice Day, and here's how he puts it. Fee, fo, fum. She just does how hopes till boys will be boys. Here, and it goes on to appear now, she comes a peace fugle, a paradise bird, a perry pot mother, a pringly pick, and an alley skippy. Let Pee Wee and Pow Wows and Beggy Baggy and Bicky Backy and Flick Flask Fleck flinging and pixie lights packing. Who me am bros. Picking here, pecking there, pussy, plunder pussy. But it's tides to nigh. Milletupacos, and tomorrow we wish for a muddy kissmans to the militia wookers, and there's to be George Yup's truce for happiness, childhood everywhere. Come Nebo, me, and Susie sing the day we celebrate. And that's as far as we see, as she borrows the coach's headlight, the better to pry. Who goes cute, goes sucker, and shoes around, and all spoils go into her knapsack. Cure touches and rattle beltons, nappy and spatties, and splash of all nations. Clavatures and scapulars, maps, keys, and woodpiles of haypennies and moon-led brooches with blood-stained breeks in them. Boston nut cutters and masses of shoe sets. Oh, there we go over the pair. It's time for tax evasion. And there for fly, baby. And that's got all the million things in it. It's got the Agent Thorn. It's got Armistice Day, which only Joyce could make such a spectacle. And remember, they've just gotten out of the music room. They've just they're busy building a lovely human being in the music room, and it's been all vividly visualized, and in beginning with. Now this is the way to the music room. Mind your circumcised hats going in, and then we get all through the business. Lots of everything's going on there, and then phew, what a warm time we were in there, but how killing it is hereabouts, the airabouts. We know where she lies, but she mustn't now tell anyone for the lamp of Jiggerthanted. In other words, they're not going to know until a month or two goes by, and then we have how beautiful and how true to wife of her, when strangely forbidden to steal our historical presents from the past post-propheticals, so as to make us lordy hairs and lady masses of a pretty nice kettle of fruit. And that is a brief descriptive, the tree, the apple, and all that. She is living in our midst of death and laughing throughout pause for us. So her breath is uncontrollable, with an apron for her mask and Sabu's kicking arios. No sauce. If you ask me, and I sack you. Ho ho, cricks may rise and choices fall. There are these two sights for every picture. Two sights for every picture. For in the byways of high impertinence, that's what makes life worth leaving, and the world's the cell for sitters to sit in. Lest young women run away with the story and let young men talk smooth behind the butler. And that's a reference, of course, to everything that was going on back then, which they've done an experiment. That's what happens if we don't constantly show each other love and compassion and empathy. They took a test recently, no, it was years ago, where they gave one group of college students complete, not life control, but all other control over another group as far as freedom, food supply, and everything went. And they found that within hours, the moral code dissipated and was replaced by authoritarianism. So And if we're not giving all the time each other everything opposite that in our nature, that will become a whole society like it did, and not, it does all the time, and on a massive scale in the late 30s and 40s, and earlier than that, even throughout history. We have on the one side love, spiritual more so, and on the other side, whatever is in us that would ever, I don't know, not just love each other and enjoy life, so that you can interpret this. And then later on, we parallel Ulysses, where, you know, I'm tired and I've had a few, I'm happy to tell it. So here's where Harold Bloom goes into the outhouse, and it's abstracted in Finnegan's Wake to be described this way. So this is Do You Belong? Hush, caution, Echoland. How charmingly exquisite. It reminds you of the outhouse, outrushed in caricature that we used to be blurring on the blotchwell of his inn-kept house. You stay? I am sure that Tire, Cabell, Shoveler, and Mojilaki chocolate box. Murray Mitchell is listening. I say the remains of the outwar grave mirror where used to be blurred the plotness of incubus. He only pretended to be struggling at the Jubilee Hop. For a second it existed fiery ferally. It is well known. Look at for himself and see the old but new. Dublin, WKOO, here in the Musselin Wall, fum, with a grand fanfare, fum. To saxophone with octophones, list we at stones, magic leer, the magic leer. There will be tuggling forever, there will be listening for olive. There will be pre-tumbling forever. The harpsichord shall be theirs for olives. For who would think of an outhouse and someone relieving themselves in that terminology? Only James Joyce.